you said, Kenny, we need to run because there's an apocalypse and you need to pick one foundation that can cover all bases in your life, I would pick... Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have a little makeup video. So I just want to share my top foundations that I've used in my life that, you know, that work for me and that I love in general. And yeah, I feel like I'm a base kind of guy. Like I started wearing makeup, foundation that is, or BB cream at 11 years old, and I've experimented like since then with different formulas, for different skin types, and I feel like I'm an expert kind of. But yeah, let's just jump straight into the video. Also, before I get into this video, I just want to state my skin type of concerns and what I like to look for in a foundation and just what I like, yeah. So I'm an oily skin type, acne prone, not too big pores, but I just like skin to look really smooth. I like a long wear foundation. I personally like a full coverage, I must say, like definitely a 7 out of 10, like if 10 was full coverage, you know, like a 7/8 plus, you know, kind of foundation. And I don't like to look too pale, so I might go for foundation that's right on my skin tone or like just quarter darker, just because I know that when you bronze and highlight everything, it comes together like harmonious, blah blah blah. And yeah, also like an NC20, a NARS Punjab, EX1 number 3, Charlotte Tilbury 5.5N, and yeah, so let's just jump straight in. So in no particular order, honestly, like a foundation base in general is a very personal thing. So, you know, you have to buy the right foundation for your skin type, you have to prep well, you have to like use the right products to make it work. Sometimes, you know, a foundation might lack something, but you gotta make it work somehow, or just, there's different foundations for different occasions as well. So I might have a foundation for going out, a foundation for every day, foundation if I'm have a very long day, you know, working or on shoots, do you know what I mean? So that's why I have different foundations for different jobs, do you know what I mean? And I don't want to pick a favourite. They're like my children, you know, you don't want to pick a favourite, but you just wear or use what you need to use for that occasion, do you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna start off with, in no particular order, but at the end I might give you what I prefer, with like, you know, but let's just start. So my first foundation is the EX1 foundation, the Invisiwear liquid foundation. This is my everyday foundation. Okay, and I'll share like what qualities it has as well. So it is, I'm shade free by the way, but anyways, it is a medium buildable coverage. And also I just want to state that, you know, not everyone needs full coverage. I feel like, you know, if we're all trying to like pick a good coverage for everyone in general, a medium coverage foundation like covers all bases for everyone, and you can either build it to full, well, some foundations are buildable, but a medium normally covers all people's kind of problems, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, this is a medium coverage foundation, good for every day. It's like a gel consistency, I can't describe it. Yeah, it's like a gel consistency, gel cream. So it's doesn't feel too heavy at all. And let's say 10 out of 10 was full coverage, like mask. But the thing is, not everyone needs a 10 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? And one is like tinted moisturizer, but I ain't trying to go for that tinted moisturizer kind of look. But this, I would say, is a 5 out of 10. And that doesn't sound bad, it's just the spectrum of coverage and depends what you want, do you know what I mean? And I feel like it is a satin finish. It's not particularly matte, it's not particularly glowy, it's like a satin finish, literally a satin, like doesn't glow, but doesn't matte by itself, do you know what I mean? And I feel an EX1 is made for like people with more of a olive/yellow kind of skin tone, and I'm a shade 3 and NC20 MAC, you know, that kind of vibe. So if you're that shade, hopefully it works for you. And yeah, and it wears really nice throughout the day, I must say. It doesn't pick up any textures throughout the skin. It's really smooth, and yeah, very long lasting. I'd say like, that's why it's good for every day. It doesn't feel too heavy. Yeah, that's the main point. It doesn't feel heavy. It just feels like skin. Yeah, and it's very smoothing. In my opinion, I feel like it smooths my pores, kind of. Maybe it's the gel consistency, maybe it's this bit of silicone in it, but in general it's really good, yeah. Okay, next foundation. It's my latest favourite foundation. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Foundation. Oh my god, that was a mouthful. I practiced it well. But yeah, let's see. This is the kind of foundation where I would wear if I'm having a very long day from start to the morning to like 7. So like, let's say I'm working from 9 to 7, just because it is really, really nice wearing, yeah. And it retails for £34. I know, kind of expensive, but it's really nice. And I know that it states that it's a flawless matte finish, which is true, but I'd rather say it's a soft matte finish, which is more wearable, and it does cater more towards a oily skin type person. But so, as I said, foundations, you know, you get foundations that are made for your skin type, you know, that cater to a skin type. But you can also play up with the texture of foundation. So if you wear, let's say, a hydrating foundation, but you like the finish, you know, you like the sheen that it might give, you might want to wear a matte primer just to like make it more wearable so it doesn't slip. And with this, I feel like most people can wear this foundation just because it's friendly to the skin, meaning it doesn't really, it's not like a full matte, you know what I mean? It doesn't grip to like dry texture. It's not like a proper matte, do you know what I mean? And yeah, so if you moisturize well, if you prep well, prime well, and I would do this anyways with any foundation, like any skin type, prep the skin well, you could wear this like dry skin type, normal skin type. And I know that people say that it oxidizes, and I get what Charlotte says when she says it optimizes. I feel like it just sets into the skin maybe half a shade darker, which is not bad. It just sets and blends in well. I can't describe it, but you have to definitely try the foundation. It's really good. And yeah, it's really again, like the EX1, it's really soft, focusing on the pores and texture. But the thing is, negative to this is that because it's a soft matte, or towards the matte side of finishes, it does tend to set quick, and so there's not as much playtime as some other like a moisturizing foundation, just because it doesn't set like moisturizing, you know. So you might have to work in sections with this kind of foundation. But the thing is, when again, like like all foundations always have a good and bad side to it. So it has a beautiful finish, you know what I mean, and everything else long lasting, blah blah. But the bad side is that, you know, it sets quick and you have to work quick with it. So you got to compromise, you know what I mean? You know, I'd rather have a nice finished foundation, long lasting, even though it might dry well, but you just got to work with it, not work against it. Do you know what I mean? So prep well and you'll be good with the foundation. And with the Charlotte, it is, I would say, a 7/8 out of 10 full coverage kind of foundation. And the thing is, with full coverage foundations, don't be scared of the term full coverage. Sometimes it's full, but the finish is kind of natural, like a soft matte. So it's kind of more wearable every day, do you know what I mean? But then also with full coverage, you can tend to dilute it down if you want to. And that's the good thing, because you use less product and you still have the same finish, but you use less and you save the money in the long term. But yeah, definitely recommend this. Next foundation, I think it's everyone's like starter foundation. It's like a cult favorite, the MAC Studio Fix Fluid foundation. So I'm NC20 in this. And yeah, it's more geared towards oily skin. Yeah, I would recommend this more for oily skin, and I think dry skin type can wear this if you prep well again, but geared towards oily skin. And yeah, it's definitely a medium to full coverage, definitely buildable. 6 out of 10 out of coverage, so 6/7 out of 10, and you can build it up if you want, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's also, I think it's silicone based as well, so it's very smooth into the skin as well. And you can, like, as I review more foundations, you know, throughout the video, you'll notice that I like foundations that are smoothing, a really nice finish to the skin, just because obviously it doesn't want to look like they have good skin, you know what I mean? You've got to fake it till you make it. But yeah, definitely nice. What I would say about the MAC colours in general, they tend to run a bit yellow and warm, and sometimes, I don't know why, sometimes this can oxidize on me, but it's nothing crazy, you just got to work with it. But I just want to state out there, it can oxidize a shade compared to the Charlotte, which is half a shade, you can work with it, you know, bronze, blah 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 blah, highlight. But this one can run a bit warm, but try before you buy it. And in general, like, I always say to people, go to the shop, get a sample, try it on, swatch it, whatever, before you buy it, because it's a commitment. And the thing is with me, I don't mind I don't want to say that, but I don't mind buying a foundation if it's really good. I don't mind investing in it just because I know that it's an investment, it's really nice, take pictures, blah, 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 you know what I mean? But yeah. And I forgot to say, it is long lasting as well. Very wearable, really good for pictures, and yeah. So the next foundation I have is the NARS Sheer Glow, and don't be shook if I say sheer glow. Don't think it's a tinted moisturizer, because it's not. What the sheer means is that it has a sheer glow of a finish to it, not the actual coverage and formulation. The formulation is actually made to be a sheer glow, that you know what I mean. And yeah, it's a not full coverage. I would say it's a weak medium coverage, and what that means is that it's a true 5 out of 10. You can build it to a 6, maybe a 7 if you're pushing it. But what I like about this foundation is that it's very lightweight. It's like a very lightweight kind of foundation, and I would wear this daytime, kind of like look like brunch, yes, just because it's so lightweight and you're not trying to look heavy, or you can look made up, but if you don't want to look made up to your friend, you know, if you're going at dim sum, do you know what I mean? Just to look like, oh my god, make it look cute, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm shade Punjab, NC20, so, you know, if it helps you with my shade comparison. And yeah, very lightweight, medium coverage, smooth into the skin, yeah, definitely smooth into the skin, because, and also the sheer glow adds a more nicer finish to it. What I say is 24-hour, you know, long lasting, super long lasting, like Charlotte Tilbury. This is one of the foundations that look better over time with your skin, just because of that natural sheer glow finish. When your oils mix in, blah blah blah, you know, it just looks nice. Okay, this is a drugstore foundation. I would say this is such a good foundation, but what I don't like is the colours. So this is the, okay, it's dirty, don't judge me, don't judge me. But this is the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour foundation, and I don't even know what shade I am, just because the shades are so off. But I would say this beats a lot of my high-end foundations just because of the finish and the longevity. But what puts it on is the colour. But anyways, so the I think that it's a silicone-based foundation, meaning it's very smooth into the skin. And when I say smoothing, it makes you look very airbrushed, silicone, like smooth, and it's really long-lasting for sure. Like, this is what I used to wear when I used to go out a lot, you know, and it lasted. And it looks good in pictures, I must say, because of the smoothness, the silicone filler, blah 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 blah. But the colours are, like, you'll notice that drugstore foundations tend to run very peachy. Oh, well, not all of them, but I don't want to generalise. But like high end would get it, the colours more right, because they have more money to like invest into, you know, research and development, whatever. But these colours tend to run a bit off, like peachy, apricot-y. So sometimes I have to get like a light colour like ivory and get warm sun, just to create a kind of ratio depending on the time of year that, you know, is to create kind of my skin. But then you'll still notice a bit of apricot-iness in it, like peachiness, which is not orange, but it's just, be warned. So I might wear this if I was tanned, just because when I tan I get a lot of warmness in my skin, and this would help it. But if you get your colour right in this, definitely buy this foundation, just because it's good. But just beware of the colours, okay? And my last foundation is the NARS All Day Radiant Longwear foundation. Hopefully that's the name, yeah. And this is one of my favourite foundations, just because it looks so good in pictures. I'm wearing it today mixed with Sheer Glow, because that's Jackie Ina's, Auntie Jackie's nice combo, and it looks really good, you know. And yeah, I would say, they say radiant foundation, like radiant finish, but it's like a soft radiant, which is really nice and wearable. And this is a very versatile foundation, I feel like, just because of the finish. You know, you can play it up if you're oily. So if you're oily, you might want to use the pasty kind of primer, like NYX Angel Veil, Smashbox Pore Primer, blah blah blah, the ones that like proper suck in the oil. Or if you feel really dry, you might want to wear a hydrating kind of primer, like off the top of my head, NARS Radiant Primer. Yeah, just a radiant, more moisturising kind of primer for your skin type, and the finish is really good. Like, it's really smooth into the skin. So this is the one of the type of foundations, again, that looks better over time throughout the day, I feel like, when it sets into your skin. And it's really skin-like. I must say, it's very skin-like. And with the whole NARS range in general, their base kind of products, I think they're very good at making skin look like skin, not looking like a mask, which is not bad if you want to look done up. You know what I mean? Don't feel like full coverage is bad, but I'm just saying that NARS is very well known for making skin look like skin if you're into that kind of look, do you know what I mean? And yeah, I would say on the same level of coverage as the Charlotte, 7/8 out of 10, definitely buildable, definitely long wearing, and it's one of those foundations that look better over time, like the Charlotte as well. Like when you're oil seeping in general, it looks better, good and better. But some foundations that don't look good over time, like because it breaks up, but this doesn't break up at all. And yeah, and the colours are very nice as well, I must say. They cater very well to the olive skin tones as well, in my opinion. And yeah, and if I was to choose, if you said, Kenny, we need to run because there's an apocalypse, and you need to pick one foundation that can cover all bases in your life, I would pick the NARS Radiant Foundation, just because it is so versatile. Where at daytime, every day, it will look nice. People won't think, oh my god, why is he looking like a full coverage clown? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, what else? It's long lasting, you can't beat it. But then if you want to look more done up and more full coverage, wear 2 layers or 1.5, whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat, and you'll look proper glam and nice. And if you said, oh Kenny, we're taking pictures as well during this apocalypse, this foundation will look good when you're fighting zombies. Why am I bare talking like this is gonna happen? Well, it's 2020, you never know what's gonna happen. But anyways, yeah, and I don't want to say it's my favourite out of my children, but yeah, NARS foundation definitely does it for me. And I feel like with the NARS Radiant Foundation, in my opinion, it's kind of like the older sister of the Sheer Glow, just because it's more full of coverage, it's a bit more long lasting, and it has a more, how do I say, just a more done up look, finish, yeah. But not to, you know, pull away from the NARS Sheer Glow because it's really nice in itself. If you was to choose, like, depends on your concern obviously, not that this is heavy feeling on the skin, but it's good like, in general, versatile, blah blah. But if you absolutely do not like the feeling of wearing makeup at all, blah blah blah, literally do not. But this is not bad, I'm just saying. Then the NARS Sheer Glow would be your pick out of the NARS range, just because it's very, very lightweight, but not light coverage, medium, like a weak medium, which is good. And this is just the older sister, like, you know, blah blah. And if I was to say like the Charlotte Tilbury, like these are, I feel like, okay, so the NARS Sheer Glow and the NARS Radiant are like sisters, blah blah blah, you know, just if you want the older sister or the younger sister, but they're both good, you know. And I feel like the Charlotte is like the cousin of the Sheer, you know, of the NARS Radiant Matte, just because this is a soft matte finish, just a soft radiant finish, and I feel like they're both long lasting, both look good in pictures, both smoothing to the skin, and long wearing. And yeah, and it just depends what you like in life. As I said, if you want matte, if you want glowy, but I don't mind, I just work with my skin, okay? And with foundation, sometimes when I say play around with the products and the formulation, so if it's a bit moisturizing or a bit slippery on your kind of skin type, if you're oily, you might want to powder down, you know, with a pressed powder at least, you know, just to keep the foundation on your face like a dry texture, just because, even though it has a glow finish, because in general anyways, I always tell people that it's dry skin type, don't be scared of powder. It's just there to hold the texture down and hold the liquidness of the situation, the liquidation of the situation down on your skin, because when your oils or some moisture falls through, like comes through your skin, your foundation tends to want to slip and slide. So powder would be good, you know, just to, you know what I mean. And yeah, I also wanted to add, skin prep is so important. You got to make sure to prep well, meaning exfoliate, not every day, but just keep your exfoliation routine, you know, okay, how do you say it, routinely, like maybe twice a week, just because you don't want to apply foundation like a build up dead skin, because then dry patches, you know, clinging and all that. And also moisturize well right before you do your foundation, just because sometimes your foundation wants to like just sit in your skin really badly, like just not, you know, be smooth and everything. And moisture really helps with, you know, making sure that it doesn't cling to dry patches and doesn't sit on the skin really badly and awkwardly, and just be smooth in general. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed my top foundation video. Yeah, it's very personal, I feel like, foundation. You just got to find what works for you, work with the foundation, work with the formulation, see what you like, see if you like sheer coverage, see if you like full coverage, you know what I mean? And yeah, just try before you buy. I always tell people this. So for, like, for my prom, yeah, in year 11, literally, so we finished school in July, and I think, you know, June or whatever, and a month later was prom. I literally went to Suffrages for 2 weeks every day after my last exam to ask for a sample from every counter, just because I wanted to see what foundation was good. And I think I ended up wearing like Estee Lauder double wear, but I didn't even like it anyways in the end, just because it flashbacks. But anyways, yeah, just try foundations at a counter, ask for a sample, and trust me, you will find your true match. Oh my god, what am I feeling like? Oh my god, was that L'Oreal? But anyways, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.